and to the old members that have found their way back to the community, I need you just as much as you need me. I decided to do this mid-afternoon live as I'm going over the charts, and I just want to re-emphasize a few things on the charts because we oftentimes look for catalysts here within the markets, and it's, you know what, I'm going to put my hat on, it's a little bright, but we oftentimes look for catalysts within the markets before we have major shakeup, and it's oftentimes not our own backyard that makes the catalyst. But this morning, as we know, Brad Garlinghouse came out. Maybe you don't know. I know the morning update got about 1,000 views, if not more now. But I want to just make sure that everybody's seen what Brad Garlinghouse said, at least. Because he said by the end of this year, yes, by the end of this year, that the crypto market should be $5 trillion. So Ripple CEO's issues shock $5 trillion US crypto price prediction amid Bitcoin halving pump that's boosted Ethereum and a few others. But it's unbelievable that he would even come out and say that. But I mean, 5 trillion, that goes up about 2.4 trillion from where we're at in today's terms. It was not expected for him to say this either. Nobody was saying, oh, he's going to come out and say this, but he did. So we'll read what he said, and then we're going to also look at the fact that can an XRP bull run to return? This level needs to fall first, according to analysts, and I like the way that they set it up, only because they've got that 75-cent level target, and then above that, they've got around the $1.20 also needs to fall before we have any kind of significant rally. Even though a move to $1.20 would feel rather significant to us. So that's what we're looking at in that regard. But other than that, we're looking at right now XRP up 4.37%. I'm looking for it to go up to around 74 cents. Now, the reason why it's so important to continue paying attention as this rally happens, because we've been talking about this since we created the expansion zone, and now it's continuing through the expansion zone. And this is short-term expansion. This is what we look for to break out and then start a new rally, and we're doing everything we need to do. We started what I would consider an expansion zone. Let me fix this real quick. I'm not exactly sure what happened here. Then will more come through where the body would meet there because there was a bearish and bullish push there, but we can see it made that little bit of recovery. And it just continues to ride up this uptrend. And if it happens like this, this could be the expansion out. And right now, so we've already signaled a move up to 74 cents and some change. To confirm that move, we need to get on top of 62.28 and hold. It's not just important in that sense on the chart I just showed you, but when we look at a different chart as well, on this cup and handle formation, the significance of breaking out and holding where we just talked about, it would put you over this handle resistance now. And that's very important if we can hold that. Once you get on top of this mid-tier handle resistance, and in current terms, it's at 61.55 cents. So we're over it right now. We've had somewhat of a back test as well. It didn't, not for this particular structure, but it did act in the sense of a back test here too. It hasn't fallen yet. But once you get on top of this, we have a cup and handle set up. And it's taken over 2 years for this pattern to complete. And I've been very persistent saying this is the most bullish we've been in over 2 years, since March of 2022. And that's the truth. I know there's been a lot of up, down, left, and right, but as I've stated a million times, I'm super bullish right now, unless for whatever reason we would lose this handle support. And right now the handle support, it's very hard to see with the sun, but the handle support's right around that 50-cent mark. So I continue to say 499, but until we fall through that, we're very bullish in this setup. I mean, super bullish. The cup and handle formation is the most bullish analysis somebody doing technical analysis can see in a chart. Once the handle's formed, holy, now you're just looking for that breakout move. So now I look for expansion zones in my analysis. And right now, we very well could have started this analysis, or we very well might have started this expansion zone, and it's backed by analysis. We've got an uptrend, came through here again. This is where we would want to target. See, I even missed that a little bit. we would want to target on this first one right here. Assuming we're saying we hit an uptrend. If we're not saying we hit an uptrend, you can, you know, put it however you want. But assuming this is an uptrend, this is what we need, because we even had another back test that came below it, and it came through again and showed the support. So if you're asking me, well, we've got something going here. We really do. What is going on here? Let me, I don't know where the arrow. But we've got support, support, support. Now we're starting to push up. This is what happens when you break through expansion zones. Eventually, when you push through the pattern, and all this means is now with the expansion zone, you don't have to come back down here. So we got rejected here. So instead of coming all the way down here to 56 cents, we even almost retested the pattern formation, but only as a wick. Now this uptrend, when candle bodies are closed in the 4-hourly, especially, and in dailies, this should be holding. So now we came back through, and now if we start this expansion properly, now we're going to get up and hold 62.2 cents approximately, and then we're going to start our continuing ascent. We're going to be melting up here now, and that would mean we're going to start pushing that 74.69 cents. And this isn't something that I'm making up. This is a pattern that I've predicted, I projected, and I said we're in a bear trap, and even if we're bearish, we should come up there and at least double top here. It makes sense. Otherwise, we don't have anything here. We haven't even come back to retest the drop points. So, but this should not just break up. We should break out in time. We should break out in time, and look how this would line up. If it does break up here, you'd have a massive W reversal, which is also the handle retest, which should just pull you out. This could be the start of a very, very, very nice move for XRP to start catching back up to the rest of the crypto market. I actually feel really good. I just got out of the gym too. This was my 300 and I've lost track now. 300 and I don't even know. I've been working out again in the gym 2 weeks before Halloween in 2022. Well, working out, I start out at home, and then obviously I go to the gym too. Not a traditional gym, but a gym nonetheless. But this is what we're looking at. But I swear, mind, body, and soul, you get yourself in the right sense of the right mindset. It really can help you stay away from the negativity. You keep that positivity over negativity. You start looking for the positivity within what you're doing. If you're looking at the negative all the time, that's a sense of control. That's a sense of mind control. Don't fall victim to that. That's a proven way through. Well, I'm not going to talk about the projects because, again, I don't want to get banned. But you can. I'm sure you can look up Bluebeam. It's not too hard to type. So don't get caught up in all that. Look at the positive in life. Look at the positive within the formation. Look at the positive in XRP right now. The fact that we're on a 77-month consolidation, 78 now. And for the first time, we're looking at signs of not having to come back to that uptrend that started in 2020. After we came down, this is the importance, ladies and gentlemen. This is the importance of this expansion zone. If this is really an expansion zone, for the first time in this entirety of this pattern, we won't come back down to the uptrend. We won't come back down to the uptrend. I know it doesn't seem like a lot to tell everybody this, but we even talked about the expansion possibly starting all the way back here. All the way back here. 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to try to lead us out. Now we could have started an even greater move. We could have started the move like we said in the short term, where now we're expanding out. Eventually you got to break off of the uptrend here. But what this did, after coming up here for the first time, every single time in this pattern since January of 2018, just watch. I'm not trying to BS. It's just a little bit harder to see because I'm out in the sun, but I want to be out in the sun. I think it's good to be outside. You know, somebody might start cutting the grass too. Who knows? I think it's a little early personally to cut the grass because of the the insects that haven't quite woken up yet. You know, you kind of got to give them until like end of April, early May. Otherwise, we're doing a disservice to the ecosystem. I really believe that, but you know, who am I going to tell? I'm just my own me. So, but you can practice what you preach. You know, that's one way to evolve. You practice what you preach. So, resistance here in January of 2018 when we had all-time highs at 330 on Bitstamp, up to 350 on other exchanges. We came all the way down here to March of 2020 before we hit the floor. So resistance 1, support 1. So when we go up there, we have to come to support. Resistance 2, We come up here, have to come to support, right? So now watch what happens here, though, if the pattern's evolved all of a sudden. We come up here for resistance 3, and this is how you know you're in an expansion zone if it doesn't come back to the previous uptrend. And we've already hit that uptrend several times. After we hit it the second time, we ended up hitting it a third time in 2022, or 23, a third and fourth time. So we've already hit that uptrend several times. Now, you can even see here, 22. So you can see that big area. So now we come up to resistance for the first time. We didn't come back down to that uptrend since it started. Since we hit resistance in 2018 and support in 2020, back to resistance in 21, to support in 22 and 23, broke up to resistance in 24. Now for the first time, we're showing signs of an expansion zone. We're showing signs of an expansion zone. That means instead of having to come back down all the way to the 30, what is it right now? About 38 cents in today's terms. Instead of coming down to 38 cents roughly, it's back here. 38.6. That would just tell us that we're not, if we don't come down to 38.6 here in the expansion zone, this is our first real opportunity to break out of this pattern in 78 months. The rest of them were just quick rallies up, unsustainable. This one is showing us sustainability. Ooh, good. I hope they're not cutting the grass. I think they told them not yet. It's too early. Good to know. So this is our first chance, everybody. We're the most bullish we've been, you can even say, since 2018, if you want to be real. Because if we don't come back down to the support and this expansion plays out, and there's no guarantee it does, there's no guarantee that W reversal actually plays out right there. But if this actually happens, we are more bullish, and I feel so incredibly awesome about this, because at the same time that this is showing, and mind you, this has to play true. I projected a lot early, especially pre trying to push this move. I even talked about how Bitcoin was in a bear trap. I talked about how Bitcoin was actually in a giant bull flag. And as long as we held this formation in yellow that I had, our technical target up, first target 79,377. Does everybody see what we're doing today? Engulfing candle in the daily, turning into an inverted hammer, looking super fucking bullish here. Super bullish. A close over 70,475 is incredibly bullish here. And a push up to 79,377, make it no mistake about it. XRP will be up towards that 75-cent mark at minimum. At minimum. So please make sure to hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button so YouTube recommends this beautiful audience. Not just me, but the beautiful audience as well. Because our audience makes up who we are. A lot of people come in here and they're used to other communities where they come in and they get rattled. They're not allowed to say anything. Our audience includes you. We encourage it. We want the information. I want to know if I'm missing something. So please hold me accountable. Just constructive criticism is all I ask. If you come in here and you talk to BS and you try to gaslight the audience, well, that's when mischievous Tom comes out, and he might just be somewhat of a, let's just call him a dick, for lack of better terms. Excuse my French. But we have a beautiful audience here. Like, I make no mistake in saying it. Make no mistake in even thinking it. We do. And we're very educated here. Remember what we've been talking about. If you're new, if you're not, you should understand. We've been talking about this looming breakout within this descending consolidation in this descending triangle. I've shown every single pattern in the precious metals market, because I can't find many that will support what I'm trying to show you in the crypto market. But this is in a short-term consolidation that is ready to blow. The XRP Bitcoin consolidation, it's ready to move. We're ready to move. And it's so obvious if you just know what to look for. And I have to find examples through the market. So if you're looking at this, and then we'll get into the intro, and I'll say hi to everybody and yada, yada, yada. If you do appreciate my work, it's been a very slow start to the month. Consider joining Tom's Army or sending a YouTube super chat just one time per month. Even if not today, wait a few weeks. And if this plays out, consider showing your generosity. But this, I have to be very frank. This should make you feel very, very bullish. These are bullish continuation patterns. After the consolidation, or not continuation, bullish reversal patterns. There's no continuation here, it's all down. But it's a bullish reversal is what these descending triangles are pushing. And then if you look at that, and then we go into not just what we're looking at in crypto, but remember First Majestic, I've been pushing this since $5.34. Now it's up over $8 today. I hope some of you actually paid attention and got into this. This has been a remarkable 50+% move since I bought. Unbelievable. It's approaching right around 50%. But this pattern, and the reason I'm showing you, no, we're not going to cover precious metals today. We'll show some like I always do, but it's not a precious metals update. But look, down, that's a bullish reversal in the making. Once it breaks the formation, we know the technical move is $9.21. Been talking about it since before it even broke out. Now, one that's not as far along in the pattern, same exact pattern would be Newmont Mining. Been talking about it since $33 and around 58 cents. It's up $6 a share right now in, what, 2 weeks? This one pays over about a 4% dividend. But same thing. They had bad news. They got downgraded, which they shouldn't have, because national media is a bunch of buffoons. And they downgraded the mine. It dropped better than 40%. More than that. But when they downgraded it, it went... And that was just recently. They downgraded it recently. That downgrade, and I always tell you it happens for reasons, that downgrade happened at $42. When it's within the very bullish consolidation of a reversal trend. So what do they tell you? Up, and then it goes down, and now it's already about to reverse. That's its V-shaped recovery. I told you. They always tell you when it's on the last leg of anything. So maybe initially they're right, but long term you get crushed. Holders lose their dividend profit. It's just a whole big mess. And look at this drop. Just like with the rest, we have the drop. And now we're looking for a bullish reversal there. And we can see the technical target is $56.54. So when I look at that, now I look at the XRP Bitcoin pairing. And that's up 1.72%. But you can very much see that similarity. You just have to bring it down into a smaller time frame because it's a shorter pattern. But to me, to the trained eye, I can see that. It looks identical. How'd it go?
I don't know. He wasn't having it.
No?
No. Started to give in, but every time they tried to make him happy, he would just throw it.
Oh.
He did say his mom though.
Come on, let's go. It's okay. Oh,
He did say what?
Tommy did good. Tommy did good.
Who said? He said what? Sorry, my son just got home from his little schooling thing, and he's a little emotional, as you can imagine. But they said he's okay, so. But let's get into the intro. I know I've been talking about all of this, but I hope I made it very understandable here in the beginning. Please make sure to hit that like button. We can do a lot better on the likes. Only 82 likes, 145 people watching. I believe the info I've already given you in 18 minutes is more than you'll find, and the credibility of the info is going to be more than you'll see. But good early afternoon, 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Monday, April 8th, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, John, welcome, and hello, Tom. Thanks for the great work. I missed XRPH. Would love to trade our XRP for that 4X move. Looking forward to the next similar idea. Hey, I will give you the idea. I know the first one was AMP, and we made about 3.5X real quickly. This one is talking about XRPH, and it's consolidated nicely. Yesterday, I bought another $40 worth because that's what I do. It came down here. I waited as long as I could. And I think it was like 5.9 when I bought it. But I just keep adding to the staking and call it a day. It came right down to the consolidation zone like we were hoping. It's the back test of our... remember what we said? Our previous breakout target should be the back test, even though it overran it. Now I got to back test the technical move, and that's what we're doing right now. But we'll get into that later. I'm excited about that too, but XRP right now needs to be in the forefront. XRP's in the midst of something we've been talking about. And it's materializing right now. Trading with J-Ride, welcome in. Thank you so much for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Infamous, Richie, welcome in. Yeah, that's right, Richie. He does know more than he's leading on. If Brad Garlinghouse is saying we're going to a $5 trillion market cap, it's going to be more. He knows something we don't know, and that leaves me great affinity to think there's going to be an XRP ETF around the corner as well. Don't think this just stops with the stablecoin. That stablecoin is going to drive the price of XRP up astronomically just through gas fees. Even if you want to say that we're just a trash gas token, as the public likes to say as we speculate sometimes, good. Good. Let it be our gas token to oblivion. The amount of transactions that'll come through is going to be crazy. It's going to bring up the price. It's going to bring up the volume. It's what you need. Let's see. Joshua, welcome in and thank you for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Jordan and who else did I see? Jordan and Will Rob, thank you both for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. John, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army, as I said, for 2 months with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. Jason Sutta, thank you for being in the Army for over 6 months with the Predictor, and happy Solar Day to you as well. Kwame, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for 2 months with the Dusty's Outhouse Crypto News. UK Phil, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 3 months with the XRP Meteor. Matt Holden, welcome in and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. Nobody, welcome in. God bless you as well. Don't forget to thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, especially on this day of many meanings that I won't get into. Angela Dean, welcome in, love, and thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 2 years with the XRP 589 Moon Badge. Zakaria, welcome. Good to see you back in here. Let's see. We'll get back into this. I just like to say hi to everybody if I can, but it is moving rather quickly, so let me try to find. Ragnar, welcome. John Hall, good afternoon, brother. Wawa, good afternoon. Daniel, Dave, good afternoon. Don't get excited really until we break 75 cents. I mean, I'm just being real. Even a move up to there is just a push to rejection until it's not. I'll be excited too. 62.2 is my first step, but I'll be real with you, John. I'm not even really excited at 63. 66.6 cents. I know it's a satanic sign, but that's where a very big resistance happens to be on XRP, just like it was on Bitcoin at 66,600 until that gave way, and then we were able to push up the next 5,000. Similar events with XRP. I won't feel confident in this move even over 62.20 unless we're over 67 cents. I'll be frank. If it's at 67, I'm 100% confident we're getting to 75 or 74. If it's under 67, all of this could be a fake out, and I understand that. But yeah, 63 is a great number too, honestly. It really is. But don't be surprised if it went to 75 and then we sold back to like 50 cents and retouched the handle, unless we broke out in a quick shot and use 75 as support. That's what I would expect. But when we get there, I'm hoping that it just pushes out and this is the start of something much bigger. Something much bigger. Mario Louise Willamese, welcome in. I love that name. Earn Worker, welcome in. 74 cents and big sell off to 52. That's funny because that's exactly what I was thinking in my head could happen. I could absolutely see that. Nick says, video clips, welcome in. Dave, welcome. Front double bicep. MC Prosperity, welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in as always. Nobody, good afternoon. I no longer wear glasses. The sun is good for your eyes. Look up and sun gazing. Yes, I have many times. I just need to get past the pain in my left eye because I have no protection over it because of keratoconus. But I have started to do a lot more research into that topic. Ronnie, welcome in. Art, nobody, good afternoon. Matt Holden, thanks for being in Tom's Army for over 6 months with the XRP Predictor. I love it. Ragnar says SEC closed meeting on the 11th. Things are lining up pretty good if that goes well. Sure is. Sure is, and thank you for that update for the audience. John Hurtley. Hi, Dick. I mean, Bob. Shucks. I really get a chance to get to a live session. So delighted to be here. Thanks for XRPH. Sold someone at doubled and bought Casper. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Like, not everybody's going to have the long-term mindset like I do with the staking and stuff. Some of you just got out at 2, 3x, and I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier, to be honest with everybody. I hope if you bought XRP Healthcare and you're just done already, that you made 100 or 200 or 300%. Maybe even 400% from if you got out at the top. I'm very blessed to hear that, actually. Zakaria XRP is trying to pump right now. It sure is, up 4.66%. We're back touching that critical 62.20 area that I've been talking about, so I like this move so far. Marvin, welcome in. Jordan Langen, welcome in. Thanks for being in Tom's Army for 1 month with the emoji badge and me being abducted by aliens. Stake Max BH figured it out without having to ask questions. Excellent. But if you have to ask questions, don't hesitate to ask. We get a lot of questions. Steve says selling $500 worth of XRP if it hit 70 cents. I can understand that. But maybe let it play out to the technical target of 74. Because if it comes to 70, I find it very hard to believe it's not going to come to 74. Seeing that's the technical move out of that descending triangle. So I like to watch the technical targets play out. Steve, yeah, I've heard Bitmart is a good place for XRPH if you can use it. It's just new users in the US have issues. As I know, I tried. Kryptonian, welcome in. Man, I love seeing everybody in here. I didn't even know if anybody would be in here this afternoon. I wanted to come on because it was a momentary opportunity here. My voice felt rested because I didn't do a live last night. So I owe you one. Let's see. MC Prosperity, thank you so much for the $20 donation. That's the biggest donation I've had in, over a week. Thank you so much for that. Yes, I am ready for the solar eclipse. My mom's here too. She's going to stay for the eclipse. I'm not going to look at it. I'll let them look at it. I'm not going to come outside for it. I'm going to stay inside. I will not be participating in it. XRP now at 5.08%. I'm telling everybody this. We're in the midst of a bear trap. I know the FVG was bearish last night, and I kept saying it's a bear trap. It's a bear trap. It's a bear trap. Now we bounce from 50. Even if this isn't a bear, or even if it is bearish, all the shorts are dead. They're dead. Do you understand? From 10x, you're liquidated even from last night. Even just a 10x. That's the problem. That's why I said if you're taking this trade out, you take a spot trade. Not leverage unless you know what you're doing. And I was not talking short. I kept saying you go long, 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 long. And now we back tested 62.2. If this plays out properly, this could be a big move. Ryan says drop 2K around when you did 3K hoping for bet. Oh, excellent, Ryan. See, you understand. You seen it last night. And you seen my target 59.2. So I was down when it was at 58 point, what was it, 7 or 6. But I didn't have to worry because it wasn't a leverage trade. I said the spot trade was the way to go just in case it went down to that support again. And it did. It even came through that support. So even if you had that, because it looked like a pennant flag to me, and nothing will convince me otherwise because it broke up. And the fact that it looked like a pennant flag to me, it even smelled like a pennant flag, you know? So I had to make an educated and informed decision with myself. And I said, as long as that uptrend doesn't break, I'm holding this. And my thing was, I'm not breaking until 58 cents. Maybe even lower, but then it would have cost me more money had it have fallen through. But in a spot trade, and it doesn't seem like a lot. You don't hear me talk about it a lot. I could have went 10x, and then I could have did a cross or something. But right now on 4.5%, that's 45 per thousand. That's 140 bucks. That's more than a lot of people have made since they walked into work this morning. Let's just be real. So when people ask me how I make my living, simple things like this, I wait. I see an opportunity. I built $3,000 up. Now it's about now it's at 3,100 and something. So when I sell out, assuming it would be now if I think a consolidation or whatever the case is, this is how I do it. That's it. There's no secret. Ronnie, thank you so much for the $10 donation. Holy crap. Next, do Beyond Me. Thanks for all you do. Watching Pika Moon like a hawk right now. New token with P2E and NFT components. Wish me like, yes, I talked about Pika Moon. And I was trying to tell people when it was being put onto MEXC. But then my interest was all in XRPH because to me, I had a choice. I'm either going to start to put a conservative amount each day into the Pika Moon, which has trillions of tokens. And I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be like the next Safe Moon or not. But I think it has more utility than Safe Moon, I'll be honest. Safe Moon was a pile of shit and we all knew it. Pika Moon excites me a little bit. But it's just, the allure of XRP healthcare with the 100 million token circulating supply and just the things we can do with staking, I mean, that goes unannounced. But Pika Moon's actually a really good one, to be honest. To be honest with you, I know a lot of you remember I was talking about that for a minute, and then XRPH just took over. Oh, I'm just doing my live. Yeah. It was 153 people watching.
Hi.
Right there to you.
No. I watch lives on people sometimes. How long do you go for?
An hour.
Hours or 1 hour?
1 hour. I have to do another live tonight, eventually. But I'm going to be on for an hour. I've been on for over 30 minutes already. That was my plan today. But yeah, XRP's up here at 62.28 cents. We're just over it right now. So, I mean, we're looking pretty good right now. Like I said, the technical breakout here is up towards 74 cents. Almost 75 the more you look at this. So, and it also retests the double top here.
It makes the ride better.
I want to read that. Somebody was talking about XRPH. Yep. And I remember I seen that comment. Ronnie, it was a no-brainer. I agree with XRP Healthcare. And I remember when you said, I believe you're the one in the comments when I said I'm buying, but I'm looking for the move back down. And I believe you said when it was at 2.2 cents, look at that chart again, because I don't think it's coming back down. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was you in the live who said that. I don't know why I feel like that was you who said that to me. But I was already buying, and when I looked at it, I even said, you know, the more I look at this, because it is on the monthly reversal, you know, and in the expansion, there's no guarantee it ever comes back below that. So, huh?
I'm going.
You're going?
I have to. My dad's alone.
Oh.
I got to make him lunch. You know?
Yep.
I love you.
I love you too.
I'll be back after.
Okay.
Take the baby to school. Therapy. School.
I love you too, Mom. I'll call you after.
Okay.
Please drive safe. That is true. Oh, that's funny. XRP likes to fill those wedges out. Yes, it sure does. It sure does. And that's why I feel like this pattern right here, though, how this is set up, we've already come through at over 70% of this formation. This is typically when a breakout occurs. It really is, and it's done it so perfectly in this formation. Yes. Yes, there is. The one asking for a W pattern, I'll go to the other chart. But there is absolutely a... Bye, Mom. There's absolutely a W formed here. Which chart is the easiest? Probably from this one to see it. Because I already have this up here for the technical move, and this is a coincidence. I wasn't even really looking at this until it started breaking up, but you can see a W in the making, a massive one. Massive one in the short term. You can see it from when it created the pattern resistance on the handle resistance to handle support. Handle support. Now it looks like it's breaking up. So yeah, there is a massive W that is forming here. And if that's why I keep saying this could be a massive bear trap. Yeah, we have a weekly golden cross, though, very much in play here. Yeah, there's some shorter golden crosses here that we can go over, for sure. For sure. See, I like when the audience pushes what we're going to talk about. You know, I like that. I like it. So if we look here, we just came back on top of the 200-day now. Nothing really to see here. The 2-hourly... We're trying to come through the 2-hour golden cross, which is a signifying a pattern reversal, but it's going to take probably 4 to 8 more candles to actually confirm that. The hourly will be getting closer. The hourly, even the 50-day, we've had a golden cross. So we've had a golden cross when it comes to the 20 through the 200 and the 50 through the 200 now. We've had a golden cross here in the 1 hourly. Yes, we have. If we back test, it would be one of two things, everybody. We already back tested once. We came out here to like 618, came all the way back down to the 612. Now, if we don't hold 622, we very well could have a back test down here at 61.1 cents. Do you want this, Julie? Is he? So it could be at 61.1 cents if we have a back test. So what's the next one? So he wasn't there as long as they wanted.
He was not happy. But I think it was the room.
The room?
Yeah, it
Why?
was kind of closed in.
Oh, he doesn't like
There weren't
that.
many toys. He tried to go to all of them.
So what'd they say about it though?
They didn't want to see him crying. So they sent us home.
Oh, okay. It'll be better though if he's just with them and not everybody else around too. If he's in a, he's got to be in an environment though that he can walk away to. That's the problem. They'll figure it out though. This happens, I'm sure, a lot. So okay.
Yeah,
Well, you
I
know.
told your mom, it's not the hardest thing
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I'm sure you have.
I've punched in the nose by 4 years.
I know.
I've had chairs.
You've had Haruki. You had Haruki
and Rishi.
and Harishi. Sorry, I was just talking to Julie because our son had a little school thing today, and you know he's mixed about it. Let's just say. The Great Falling said I should start a brand of pre-rolled joints and call it Green Candles. I like that. That's very clever. That was very clever. Now, if you're asking me and you're looking for a trade, if we can hold 622, or you get a back test here around that 61 cent level, those are two areas where you could certainly open a position. If you wrote it up from the 59.7 or 59, wherever you were at with me yesterday, you could always sell it at 62.20 as that was the first target. And then you can see how it consolidates. Just know that there is a chance it could take off. But we often say, moves like this don't often go without a back test. And I'm not sure that that short-term one in the minutes time frame even can, you know, really classify as one from, although it did come from 619 on that candle and came through and then it bounced back up. So we'll see. We'll definitely see how this plays out. But I mean, to be honest with you, what I think when I watch XRP, and I don't want this to happen, believe me, but I could see it doing this and then coming out and then doing this. Like, that's what I always watch for with XRP, because it always tries to trick people. And then it goes, we're just going to lick, boom. So it's like, all right, well, clearly if the longs didn't play out, now they're going to go short, and then XRP's like, nope, going to take both sides. So I always say it's very hard to leverage trade XRP. But then again, it's very easy to leverage trade XRP depending on where you buy it. But I like spot. I like spot because you control your destiny. I don't have to worry about losing my tokens. Yeah, I would lose some of the swing trading funds if I guess wrong, but I won't be liquidated out of all the funds. Plus, even on a lever trade, even if you do the smallest lever trade, it's 2x. So if the market moves 10, you're down 20. If the market moves up 10, you're up 20, so you're happy. But I always look at the most maximum loss and profit. So, yeah, the gains are great. But what are you willing to sit through on a leverage trade? A lot of people make the right call, but they don't sit through the down. They put a stop loss in. They don't allow 100% flexibility with the room they have. And they get out at the first sign. Oh, it's down 1%. I'm on a 10x trade. I put $1,000 up. I'm out at 100. Yeah, but you're down 100. You just lost $100. Why not just take a leverage trade if you're that, if you got that, if you're that nervous and anxious? Because in reality, you shouldn't care if you're down $400, $500, $600 as long as you know that move's going to go. Because then in the end, it doesn't even matter. You don't even watch it to see how much you're down. But if you're watching it that closely, the spot trade's beautiful, because then when you're down 1%, you're like, it's 1 fucking percent. Right? And then after it compounds, though, if you make one good trade, like when I first started, I had $2,000 I sent over. Like I've been talking, I tell everybody when I make money. Now it's up to 3,000. Well, it's like 3,100 and something if today's trade worked out, if I sold it right now. But that's just slowly building. I'm not looking for anything fancy. Although, if this did play out to a 40% or 30% or 20% quick rally, now you're talking about a quick $600 to $1,000 on the spot trade. No money's easy money. That's why I said easy come, easy go with leverage. There's no situation where you're up $1,000 where you feel safe. I'm sorry. There's no situation where you feel safe. I just don't. And if I don't feel safe with what I know, how safe is it for everybody else who doesn't have the knowledge to do a technical analysis? The point is, if I'm afraid of it, not because I'm not successful, but not everybody wins every time. Not even me. Not even close. On spot trading, I very rarely ever, if ever, lose, to be honest. If I'm buying a spot trade, I know the game. I know what I'm doing. But if you buy leverage, even if you know what you're doing, what happens if you have a 17% candle wick that comes up 7 minutes later and now you're up 32% on your spot trade? But during that 17% wick that happened over 2-minute candles, which is bullshit in itself, you're all liquidated going long. But the guy in spot is sitting there going, whoa, man, I could have made 300% of my 10x trade, but I would have got liquidated. So who the hell cares? You know? So it's the other reason I don't suggest FOMOing into a rally. Yes, at 59.7, I thought this was an excellent time to FOMO into. It was. But right now, you're coming up to a resistance. The odds and spectacle here is, and the reality of the situation is, we're still in the same daily candle as before. And there's a very real chance that we could come down some 2.6%, depending on where it comes at. And that would still be 608 retest. But if you're in a leverage trade or even a spot trade from here, you're like, fuck, I'm already down 2%. I'm down $60 already on 3,000. You know, that's how you would be looking at it. But it doesn't seem like that much, which it's really not. But at the same time, it's a lot different when you're up 4.5% and you get to watch the back test and not care. And even if you saw it for $20, you're still up. That's the point. What's the most that Bitcoin can go to from here? I would say, if I'm being honest, and this is the most bullish scenario I can personally come up with. We broke out, right, of a very big, a massive broadening wedge, but we broke out right now. This would be a very, look at this. Everybody who's bearish on Bitcoin right now does not understand technical analysis. Even if you hate Bitcoin, if you want it to fail, if you say this is a pile of shit, XRP is so much better, yada, yada, yada. I've heard all the stories under the sun and more than I even care to admit that I've heard. The ones that I really wouldn't like to not acknowledge is the people that send me emails. But they do. And they talk about and write me big paragraphs and stories. I could write a novel, and I might, of everybody who's told me why XRP is going to be more expensive than Bitcoin, and I'll give them the same reply I give everybody. Do you... Oh, Jane! Oh, I love that sound. I love living in this spot just for those sounds. Ah, you hear that? You can hear springs in the air today. Jane, thank you so much for that $7.29 donation. I greatly appreciate that show of support. Greatly. And it was your first YouTube super chat. I greatly appreciate that. But I will tell everybody the same thing I tell everybody. Bitcoin circulating supply. And if some people say, Tom, the circulating supply doesn't matter. Okay, fine. Whatever makes you sleep better at night, but at least be real with yourself. Circulating supply absolutely does matter. Bitcoin has 19.68 million coins and a total supply of 21 million. That's so much easier. Let me repeat, easier to move Bitcoin than to move XRP at a higher price. XRP has a total circulating supply of 99.4 billion if I'm being generous. We have a total circulating supply right now of over 54.4 billion. Billion! That means for XRP to be at $1, we're going to have to command a market cap getting up there, ladies and gentlemen. Getting up there. We're going to have to own 54 billion market cap approximately. Right? I mean, I'm just being honest. Bitcoin to hit $1, they needed to command 17 million market cap. It's a huge fucking difference. So, but don't be afraid. The ones who are afraid of the altcoins, the ISO tokens not moving, this is by design. Where do you think all that market capitalization comes from? It doesn't come from the initial move. It comes from everybody who's made parabolic gains on their meme tokens. Even the ones who are making gains on precious metals and gold and silver, and they sell out. They start pushing in to what they think are a sure thing within a space. And some of them don't push in until you start getting a rally. Retail doesn't come in until you start going parabolic. Don't forget it. And don't even get it twisted. Because right now, retail is selling XRP at an alarming rate. They are. Just look at the audience even. Huge cup and handle. I mean, this is massive. And does anybody know how to measure this? I'll show you. So if you want to be real, you measure the depth of the cup. Pretty straightforward. So if you're trying to get a basic measurement here, which I can't even fucking do because I can't see, excuse my French. But if you want to get a basic measurement here, let's come right here where this actual cup, in my opinion, is. And if we're trying to get an accurate move, and I'm not saying this is going to happen by any stretch of the imagination, but if you're trying to say, hey, if we're looking just at that base, and this is how some do the technical analysis, and we'll mark it at 66,000 or 67,381 because that's where we had it. How high can it keep? And I was going to say even before I measured this, but how does everybody think I get the 115,000 target? It's not because I just drew it out my, I'm not just pulling it out my ass here, folks. I got this target because I did accurate analysis. So if you ask me how much you can make on this bull run, how much of a move is this to now 115,000? If you ask me if I would put $10,000 in Bitcoin or XRP right here, I would slap you if you put it in Bitcoin if you're in this audience. I would slap you. XRP just to get to $1.20 is going to double your money. Bitcoin can't even do that on this next move. We're already midway through the move to begin with. But if you want to say it's from the handle, okay. Now we got a different game. Now, if you're saying, well, Tom, how can you do it from there and not the handle? Well, because we're measuring the breakout of the cup, not the handle. But I understand some people, so maybe 120. But I'm just saying, realistically, 115K. Realistically, 115K. Now, I do have a target that you would have to get past because I could totally see a run-up. First tier, 79,377 is the target out of where we're at. 85,572 out of the bull flag we're in, out of the broadening wedge. And 115,000 out of the cup we broke out of. Does that make sense to everybody? Does that make you understand why XRP is so undervalued and why I keep pointing at the fact day after day that XRP in 2021, we were all together. I just started here a couple months before that. I barely had an audience, but that doesn't matter. XRP went up from 58 cents and some change to $1.98 in 9 days. That's how we caught up. Everybody thinks we moved with Bitcoin in 21. We underperformed it like a motherfucker the whole time. But for 9 days, we caught up. We took it out in a blaze of glory, just like it always does, in a 9-day stretch. So do I expect anything different? Hell no. I'd be shocked if it doesn't do that. So I said, we're in an accumulation phase until we're not. All that means is one day we're going to be able to accumulate, and the next day it's not going to be 2 and 3 for $1 anymore. Or 1 for $1. Something's going to happen. And if you think Bitcoin gets 215,000 and XRP doesn't move its next leg, you just haven't paid attention to crypto's past cycles. To put it in perspective, XRP is not at the length of the cup Bitcoin is. XRP right now is literally at this cup of Bitcoins right here and handle. This is where XRP's at, to put it in perspective. Bitcoin's all the way the fuck up here. Not XRP. Some could argue XRP is only right here. The $1.20 puts you to right here, and then the $1.98, and then, you know, that's what I'm saying. XRP's barely done diddly squat, but it's already put in the short-term cup and handle. It's just a matter of optics now. Who are you going to believe? Are you going to trust your own technical analysis? And if you don't understand it, you can't trust your own. So then you started trusting the influencers that tell you everything you want to know, but shouldn't know, but you want to hear, but you don't need to hear. So when you come in here, I show you what you don't want to see, but you need to see, and I tell you what nobody wants to tell you because they know their audience is going to flee and they won't make as much money. But I'm going to tell you because that's the only way for you to move ahead in your own portfolio. And to that end, I believe in the pay it forward mentality. So the more you make, the more I make, because then you're going to pay it forward to me just out of goodwill. And not just the more I make in physical money, but the more I make in my physical karma, my own feelings, my own personal soul is building every time I see somebody breaking their way out of what I call the matrix, going to work for the 9 to 5. Oh, 777, I absolutely believe if you sell XRP right now, it is a life-altering decision. It's a life-altering decision. Look at Bitcoin. Is that not the most defined handle we've ever really seen in Bitcoin? I mean, this is too beautiful. So, I'm going to save all that reading for tonight. I'm saving all that reading for tonight. We're just going to talk technical analysis while I'm on here for this hour today. And then tonight, we're going to continue this off, and I hope everybody brings the same passion. I hope everybody brings the same understanding and the same generosity of helpfulness in the audience. The generosity I seek is you guys helping in the audience. Kind of late, but still early on Pika. The $100 gems are still out there. I mean, are you really early on a token that has trillions of circulating supply? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm intrigued by Pika like the next guy, and I brought it to the audience attention when I initially seen it coming to MEXC. But I'm not going to spin it in a way. And I understand Pika. I understand everybody's excited. I do. But when everybody tells you it can get to $1, just stop watching them, okay? Please. Because I'm not just going to let everybody just think that this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. To my audience, do you even know what Pika Moon is? Oh, wait a minute. It's 50.8 or 50 billion. Is this the right one? Yeah, I think this is. Why did I say trillion? Billion, sorry. But Pika has a max supply of 50 billion. Pika. Hate to say it, but I sold 18,000 XRP for Pika. No offense, but that would be like me selling my silver or buying, oh man. That would be like me selling my commodity stocks right as a run is building up because I see the allure of Nvidia going up just to watch myself rotate back down. Remember, it's in their white papers, and I went through it for Pika Moon. So remember this. In their white papers, it says on each successive push, when it goes onto an exchange, so tier 1, you couldn't sell it until it was 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 2. And then it was the same zeros and 4. So on the last one, when it got to 4, everybody watched the pump, and they all fucking dumped it. And it came right back through. You wait until it goes to 6 with some of those early investors, because at some point, every single investor that got pre-sale can cash out. Most of the people who make money on that are pre-sale, and the reason I say that is because as an influencer, you want to know why I stopped talking about it, and I don't know if I should even say it, but I was talking about it very boldly for a minute until I was approached by somebody. And they offered me an extraordinary amount of tokens to do this, to talk about it. No, I'm being serious. They talked to me and they told me they would give me X amount of tokens to push it, and they gave me a schedule of when I could sell it. And I was like, no, thank you. And that's when I stopped talking about it. It was that easy. Nobody's ever approached me for XRP healthcare. You know, nobody's ever approached me for... There's so many people out there making money that most of you have no fucking idea why. And that's why I said SafeMoon was the biggest fucking Sorry, excuse my French. But that was one I knew was going to crush investors when I started in 21. But I didn't have a voice. Today I do. I get approached by so many people, you'd want to throw your own head out the window. Because if I cave to a lot of this... What the hell is that guy beeping at? See, I don't like people. There was birds crossing the road and the guy just beeps the horn. Like, okay, just let it finish flying through the road. Scared the shit out of it. Almost flew right into the house. But I hope Pika Moon's what it says. I do. Oh no, Ronan, I'm not saying it's anybody's. XRP is all of our main folks. I'm just saying, I've gotten a lot of people talking about Pika Moon. I guarantee most of those people are probably early investors. But I just don't want someone to get trapped in something that... we'll see what ends up happening. I'm not going to say much, but I'm just going to see what happens. If it had 50 million coins, okay, I'd be on board. Yeah, XRP, XLM, and X. Oh, yeah, those three I'm never going to sell right now. Never. I want to be holding this stuff until it becomes, and just like XRP Healthcare, until it becomes a form of payment. For XRP Healthcare, they're trying to innovate through 25 and early 26. They want it to become the token that's used and be accepted in all hospitals, all pharmacies, and for all prescriptions and things like that, medical bills across the world. If they ever make that happen, there's only 100 million total circulating supply. So that's when you start to talk about, oh boy. You know, it's the same thing with XRP. Everybody wants to talk catalyst. The new stablecoin is enough catalyst for me to be fucking very bullish. Because if you're just looking at it as a gas token for XRP, you should be very fucking bullish here. Even without the cup and handle and all these bullish formations I've shown you today. Remember this. Even if XRP, as the critics say, is a pile of horse manure, if you hold it, it's like getting kicked in the grotesques. You know, we've heard it all. I'd rather jump off a bridge than hold XRP. You know, some people have even said I'd rather go back with my exes, before, whatever the case may be. One person even said they'd rather be with Charles Manson than to hold XRP, which, you know, we all have our opinion. I'm sure he has something to learn, you could learn from. But to think that about XRP when it's in the time frame, but the point is here, if you were bearish on XRP before, if you were bullish and all felt bearish when you heard about the stablecoin, you're not thinking properly. That stablecoin is going to bring in so much traffic and so much money, if not just from the ledger's perspective, they're also in the Ethereum ecosystem. Imagine lawsuit with Ethereum. Imagine the fact they're tied into the Ethereum ecosystem, which only a few people, the great following in my audience, talked about. One I can remember for sure, and a couple others have brought it up. But you don't really hear the influencers say, well, actually, by being tied into Ethereum, it's not actually a bad thing like everybody's claiming. No, they're not turning their back on the XRP ecosystem. In fact, they're doing a little bit of, I call it 5D chess. A 5D chess move here. Because if Ethereum's actually put a security, what's the easiest way to delegate your funds out of an exchange? Oh, wait a minute. This stablecoin of XRPs on the XRP ledger is also on the Ethereum ecosystem. So now theoretically, I can just throw it into that stablecoin, send it over to the ledger, get it off of this shitty ecosystem, and throw it into any token on the ledger I want, or just cash out by XRP or whatever. So that's going to drive in a lot of money. And even if they just sell it out, use it as a way to get it out, it's going to bring out the gas fees. And that means XRP is going to go up because as the skeptics say, it's only a gas token. Good. Good. That means we'll get way past all-time highs. That means $10 is a guarantee if it's a gas token. I can call it for what it is. If you add it to this market and it's only $5 trillion and the collected collateral comes to XRP, look out. If we're in a $5 trillion market, XRP will not be at $3 at the end of it. It won't. It might go through a period of consolidation, but that's not its end game. In a $5 trillion market, I speculate that XRP could command a $7 to $10 price. That's my own speculation. I believe XRP can have a $7 to $10 market cap, or $7 to $10 price if we get to there. Understand what I'm saying. That means I believe in a $5 trillion market cap because XRP is going to start railing, and right now the market cap is severely undervalued. This is like being in a commodity stock when it's undervalued, or being in a stock that pays a dividend when you know that's pushing a precious commodity like a metal or an oil or something that is being produced. You know when it's extremely undervalued by its market cap. When its market cap is severely commanding less than the overall market cap of that market, you know that you're in the right spot. XRP is severely undervalued by size of market cap right now. We all know it. It should at worst be the third leading cryptocurrency by market cap. By market cap. Which means if we go to the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap, we will know where XRP should be at market cap wise. It's not rocket science, folks. Right now, Binance is at 88.5 million, which means XRP should be up there at 88.5 million at least. XRP to be, right now it's at 5. I'm saying 6 because right now Dogecoin is like a 12% move away from flipping XRP. And with Doge, that might just happen in the next 27 minutes. As Julie is stomping us right now, as I bought her Doge back at 5.5 cents when I bought my XRP at 34.6 cents, right around the same month, and she's up over 20 cents. To put it in perspective, for us to have gains like she's had within Doge, XRP right now would have to be around $1.40. So she's crushing us. Fucking crushing us. Her 550 is worth over $2 grand right now. My 3400's worth 6200. So in terms of profit, I've made more. Only because I had so much more. But think about it. At 88.5 billion, what's XRP looking at? What are you looking at in price? I'm just being realistic. You're looking at about $1.50, $1.60 price tag. That's where I think fair market value is right now for XRP. In the terms of the actual market cap right now. Right now. Pika Moon you can buy on MEXC. It's only been released to a couple different. MEXC and BitGet it's either the second or third phase of its release. Now getting on something beyond MEXC and BitGet is going to be difficult because those two like to have all of these FUD tokens on there, and they have every token you can imagine. Oh yeah, Uniswap was already on as well, I forgot. So what do you guys think though? Is it not realistic to think XRP's market cap is over 55 billion under, it should be over 88.5. My point is the Binance coin should not command more market cap than XRP. Solana certainly shouldn't command more market cap than XRP. That's a pile of shit. Everybody thinks I'm joking about that, but the only reason everybody talks about the Solana ecosystem, do you know what they use Solana for? It's the ultimate pump and dump coin from the rich guys. I'm not joking. That's why when it's cheap, you can buy it. But when it gets overvalued and overpriced, you got to get out of it. That's the #1 pump token. And I'll remember this the next time because I always forget. But that's the #1 pump token by the manipulators of the market. They throw their money. I wouldn't be surprised if a whole bunch of US dollars, when they print it, ends up in Solana. Just like I guarantee it ends up in XRP. And it's a great place to be. And it will, I'm telling you. You don't think they keep it stable at this price for no reason right before a budget raise. No, you know what you're hearing right now. Remember, the #1 time for XRP to move is when government money's involved. What's just happening? They're printing a bunch of money. They approved a big budget, a big printing through the budget. And they're also crying foul saying the economy is going to get shut down, so they need even more. XRP's just smiling right now. We're all smiling, damn it. I'm smiling because not just XRP. You know, we've got other things too. We bought Algo under 10 cents. It's over 24.5. I have Dogecoin at the Dogecoin at 5.5 cents. It's up over 20 cents. And I told everybody when I bought it, so I don't even feel bad. We got XRP at 34 cents, up almost one bagger getting close to again. We've got XLM at just over 8 cents. We've got DGB at 0.007 cents. We've got the old VChain at 1.6 cents and the old Zilla at 1.5 cents. We've got HBAR at 5.2 cents. We've got actually our lowest I forgot actually. I'm sorry, XRP. I'm wrong. Our worst performing asset right now is not XRP, it's Casper. We've got Casper from 3.28 cents and it's barely fucking moved. We've got XDC on average around 3 cents because I bought more at 3.8. So, I'm not mad. And then you're not even getting into some of the better ones. We've got XRP Healthcare. I don't even know what the accurate prediction is. Somewhere under 3 cents. It was like 2.6, but since I bought a little bit more, I want to say it's got to be around 2.8. So you got that we're staking at 20%. I've got 54,000 plus tokens staked for 6 months at 20%. We've got not Solana. We've got Solo at around 9.5 cents. We've got no Corium left because we've reinvested into Solo at 11 cents when Corium had a crazy push to 30. We're looking at, and I'm pissed off at myself for not buying it because I even said I should be buying it. I wanted Gala for GameCon that's coming up. And I fear that I missed the bottom of the handle now, which is fine. But as long as I know it's the handle, you're going to expect me to say, you know, if I missed the bottom of the handle, you're going to expect me to say soon that I am buying back in to Gala. Gala, as you know, I wrote it for a little bit, but then I decided to pull that funds with some others. Or pull those funds, well, let's just call it for what it is, and put it into AMP. And it did me very well, I'm not going to lie. It made me 300 and something %. But then I pulled that money out of the crypto exchange. And guys, this is what I did. And everybody knows when I did it, because some of you mocked me when I did it. I took my profits from AMP, took that $2,000 approximately, and I took it all out. It was over $2,000 with my actual investment. It was like $2,500. I took that money out, and I put that, there was $1,200 and something I straight away put into First Majestic Silver, and I told everybody I wanted more silver exposure. That investment's up 50% already. The rest of it, I put it into Newmont Mining, and that's up 14-15%. And you're talking that AMP came down from 18 cents or 1.8 cents, or well, I sold at 1.7, and it's come all the way down under a penny. So I could have lost 80% of my gains, or I could have reinvested it into something that I knew was going to happen. And the reason I did that is because Newmont was paying over 4% dividend. It's around 3.9. And even though First Majestic's only 0.8%, it's exposure to silver. And silver is the most undervalued commodity in the world, in my opinion. Don't believe me? Listen to Gregory Mannarino. Don't believe me about precious metals? Listen to Peter Schiff. You don't need to listen to him about crypto. I sure as hell wouldn't. But you might want to listen to him about precious metals. But understand this, if you owned a gold fund and you were putting people's IRAs in gold, you would not promote Bitcoin because it's too volatile. Would you want your IRA in Bitcoin? If you said yes, you're out of your fucking mind, because if you bought it at the wrong time, say goodbye to your IRA or self-directed IRA, you'd want it in gold. So the next move on Gala, so get ready. There's this... Sometimes you have to make hard decisions in life. And I fucked up on this one because I watched this, and what did I get intrigued by? The allure of what could be, when I shouldn't have been allured by that. The allure is we've already completed a cup. Even if not the long-term cup, you have to respect the short-term cup and handle. God, I always do this. When it's something that I'm not looking at in the if this was XRP, I'd have been all over it because I did. But with this one, like, how am I so blind? Cup moves up past the first here, which means it's going to respect that area. It already respected it. Like, we should have been buying that at 5.2 cents on the confirmation. Excuse my French. Because GameCon is coming up, I believe, is it the end of April or end of May? It's one of the two, but when it is, this is going to fucking explode. This is one of them that's going to go fucking crazy, and we're going to say, oh my God, why weren't we buying it at 5 cents? That's right. Whoever said leverage scares you and it can take everything you work so hard for to go away very quickly, that's why I don't like it. I don't like it because of that. But that's just the short-term target, and I'm going to go after this. But the long-term target on Gala, if it breaks out, not if, when, especially with GameCon, fuck, man. You're talking about this could actually go up to like 13 cents here soon. So even, man, where was I at down here in September and October? Like, what was I doing? Oh, I remember I was focused on all this other stuff. That's why I say if I wasn't doing this, I know I cost myself a lot of money by doing this show, only because I focus on a lot of things more than I would. Like XRP, I focus on it a lot for the show, but if I wasn't covering on it, I wouldn't need to have a 24/7 spotlight on it for myself. You know, because I already know what it's doing within the pattern. I can not look at XRP for a couple weeks and it's still going to be where I want it to be. And then if a breakout happened, I'll be like, holy shit. But that's how I miss some of the other stuff. But that's a big move coming here. I almost think it's just best to just buy in the consolidation here. Fuck it. I'm being serious. I almost think it's better to just buy in the consolidation. We know the pattern. We know the pattern. We have an engulfing candle in the daily. We already came to support a second time. There's no guarantee it comes a third time, because technically if it breaks, let me get this out of here. Technically if this breaks resistance up here, you're not coming to a third time. Resistance, support. Resistance, support. Technically the third time should break out on resistance. You'll never get a third tap. And the hard decision is, it's not even a hard decision. I'm going to be honest. It's not really a hard decision. The only hard decision is now Gala disappeared. See what they did to me? The only hard decision is do I sell? Well, I easily could sell it and just buy the 10,000 tokens and let it sit there on BITUNIX. That's definitely a possibility. That might be, now that I think about it, that's probably what I'll end up doing. But I wanted to have more than 10,000, so it's going to have to be a build-in. I don't remember what site I had that on. Shit. Does anybody remember what chart I just had up? It very well could have been MEXC. Is he? Huh? I'm done. I'm done. I'm about to log it off. I'm about to. But I'm going to go, everybody. I'm going to go inside. Here's that chart. But yeah. Hopefully I see everybody back in 4 hours at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm PGC. Thank you so much right here at the end for joining Tom's Army. I greatly appreciate that. Really, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. So thank you, everybody. I hope I was able to help this afternoon. And I'll see you tonight at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure that hashtag BeBetterDoBetter